Cheers.
Well, you look great, you look youthful, and more importantly, you look cool.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And being 50, it's supposed to be a landmark, but having gone through that myself, it doesn't really mean anything, does it? Does it mean anything to you?
Absolutely nothing, no.
Yeah.
No, it's just another decade gone by.
Right.
The only, maybe the thing that one can look forward to when you reach 50 is a future that's slightly more irresponsible.
More irresponsible.
More irresponsible.
People will allow you that because you're older?
Well, they accommodate the elderly at times, you know. No one say, you know, one day I'll be able to wear my pants up to here.
Well,
and it's okay.
yeah. Well, one day, what about today?
I might as well start now.
Yeah.
Excuse me a minute.
Now, other cultures revere old age. I'm not sure that applies here in the United States.
You've been to Miami recently?
Yeah. Everybody at my age has a story about, oh, Mom, what are we going to do? Oh, Dad, what are we going to do with Dad? And nobody really wants that project. It's sort of sad, isn't it?
No, it's keep them drunk. I would say.
Keep the old folks drunk.
Keep them loaded.
Now, you talk about being more irresponsible as you grow older. Was there a time in your life when you were just crazily irresponsible?
Yeah. When I was well, younger. Because I'm incredibly responsible now.
No, sure. But when you say irresponsible, police involved?
At times, yeah. I did meet a few policemen here and there, and I was given a tour of custody suites and such.
Custody suites. Now, none of my business. Do you mind if I ask what the infraction was, the violation?
One was I made a gaggle of paparazzi walk backwards down a London street with a plank of wood in my hand.
Oh my God, Paul! Did you hear this?
I'm shocked, Johnny.
Oh, no, this is wonderful.
He wouldn't do that.
This is wonderful.
He wouldn't do that.
You took after him like a 2x4 and backed him off down an alley.
Yeah, it was more like a 4x4.
Oh, now I'm really shocked.
I found it though. I wasn't carrying it.
Now,
What were you charged with, for the love of God?
Assault, attempted assault, assault.
Yeah.
You know, various, you know, infractions that I didn't quite understand.
Now, I know this is irresponsible of me, but nice going.
Thanks very much.
Wow.
It had to be done.
It had to be. You had to take the law into your own hands.
Somebody had to do it.
Let's talk a little bit about the kiddies. I remember years ago, before I had my son, you described, I think, one of your kids at the time, I think it was about 3 years old,
yes,
as like living with a drunk.
Yeah.
Have they gone beyond the drunken behavior stage?
They've gone beyond the tiny drunk stage, and they've entered into a whole new arena. My boy Jack is 11, and very, you know, just simple, low key,
solid,
yeah. You know, one word texts. Yep, nope, same, you know, that kind of thing. And that's the boy. And then my daughter Lily Rose is now 14. And, yeah, 14.
And
teenager.
Yeah. Beyond the age difference, is there a behavioral difference?
Well, I mean, at our very base, I think men are relatively, I mean, we're simpletons, really. I mean, we really are. And girls are infinitely more complicated and brilliant, and you know, they know how to maneuver and you know, sort of manipulate Dad to the umpteenth degree.
Are you, having said that, are you in a good space now with your daughter? Things good now? Things?
Oh, wonderful, yeah. No, perfect. She's
surprises along the way, though.
You know, just the things you know, that a father fears. Some greasy little horror showing up at your door.
Some greasy little horror. showing up. Yeah. Yeah. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This movie, I've been awaiting this movie. I think I saw a trailer for it maybe a year ago, 10 months or something like that.
Probably before we finished shooting.
Yeah, exactly right. I think so.
Yeah.
Did it take a long time to film this?
Yeah, about six months or so, a little maybe.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a long time.
Now, I have many questions to ask you about the film. Can I ask them?
Please.
When a person writes a script like this, and it comes time for action, adventure, on the screen it looks complicated and impossible, not just to shoot and create, but how is it written in the script? Does it just say, okay, now fill in some time here with action adventure, or is it carefully written out in the script?
Carefully written out in the script.
So somebody has to imagine it, write it down, and then the director has to do it.
Indeed, yeah. No, those enormous action sequences in the film were dreamt up by Gore Verbinski and the writer Justin Hayth.
It's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And here's another question for you. I think I was on that train or near that train that some of the movie takes place in.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Was that in Colorado? Did that train exist in Colorado?
It did exist in Colorado, actually. Yeah, but most of it was done in New Mexico, and great heat.
Was the river? Did that really exist, or was that a computer river?
No, the river was.
Well, now, where was that river?
That was somewhere between Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, somewhere in there. I've lost track.
It looked like a river I know. Was it the Animas River?
I really don't know. However, it was wonderful.
Thanks a lot, Tonto. Okay, so now
Rio Grande? I don't know.
Might have been the Rio Grande. And what about the trestle that comes down? That never existed, or did it exist? Or should I have not said that?
I don't know. I'm not. There's two things that I have a problem with. One is I never read screen direction, which is the stuff that tells you what to do.
How can that be possible?
Well, I'd rather not know what they want me to do. I'd rather just figure something out.
So you're kind of just guessing at what they want?
It's just, no, I'm just sort of winging it at what I want.
It's worked so far. But now, let's talk about. As beloved as the Lone Ranger is, there was always something not right about the part of Tonto, how he was portrayed. This has been rectified in this movie and documented. We saw the character of Tonto. Tell us about what went into the creation of that character with regard to Native Americans.
Well, I mean, ever since I was a kid, I was a very little kid watching, the Lone Ranger series on TV, and I always had a fascination with the series and loved Jay Silverheels. Loved the series, but I was always sort of perturbed somehow by the fact that Tonto was thought of as the sidekick. It just never...
Kind of the errand guy, really.
The errand boy.
Yeah.
It just didn't set well, and so it's been something that I've felt very passionate about for a long time, and the idea that Native Americans have been misrepresented horribly throughout the history of cinema and television. So I thought it was a great opportunity to flip that cliche on its head and bring the respect and back to these people, these